Hello, my name's Joe Weisenbaker. I assume you are about to watch this video because you're interested in the program that I've written to help extract data from the Medicare Drug Plan Finder. And this is actually the second video in my sequence. This video focuses on making use of the option to identify the least expensive pharmacy for purchasing a given set of drugs under a particular Medicare drug plan. Something that is entirely possible to do by hand, working directly from the Plan Finder site, but would require multiple instances of selecting pharmacies, looking at plan results, replacing those pharmacies with other pharmacies and doing that. The Plan Finder typically only allows a maximum of 2 pharmacies at a time to be used, and so it becomes, in any place where you might want to look at your options over 20 or 30 possible available pharmacies, an extraordinarily time-consuming and laborious process. So I'm going to start this and try to minimize my commentary. Choosing pharmacy search for an enrolled plan. I'm going to restrict it to the closest 20 pharmacies to my zip code, just to keep time down a little bit, and we'll start things up. I'm going to take advantage of the name of the file I started from my other example. There's my control screen. Since I want it to look under a particular plan, I'm going to pretty much have to work with my own login here to take advantage of the plan in which I'm currently enrolled. I'm going to stick with looking for Part D under. Actually, this is something worth explaining. You have to select whether your general search is for a Part D plan or a Medicare Advantage plan, though for the results of this particular search through my helper program, it really doesn't matter because it's going to be working with my currently enrolled plan at the very top of every set of results, and that's really all I'm interested in. But I'll leave this setting as it is, since some setting is required. My drug list, once again, that generic set of drugs that the Consumer Reports investigation looked at last fall. Since I am looking for pharmacies under my plan, I don't actually have to myself select a pharmacy. If I wanted to do some cost comparisons, I certainly could, and just for the heck of it, I will. Let's say I was anticipating using Kroger Pharmacy for my drug purchases. At this point, I leave this as it is. I go and close that, and things should begin. The first thing it does is it makes a list of all the available pharmacies and determines whether a particular pharmacy is part of a chain. If so, it sets things up to omit all chain pharmacies in a given set past the first one. And it's starting to extract information pharmacy by pharmacy. And what you can see here at the moment, it's taking a little bit under 7 seconds per pharmacy. We'll probably see this time increase somewhat as we go through here, and I would certainly expect the times when the Medicare drug plan search site is being heavily used to probably be somewhat longer than this, maybe more on the order of 10 to 15 seconds per pharmacy. Right now we're not quite at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday, so a time when East Coast has certainly come fully online with people making use of the drug plan search functions, and Central Zone, and even in fact the Pacific time zone. Folks are going to probably be making use of it. Given that this is the new sort of trial instance of the new drug plan search site, it may well be that the site that's running this is only having load placed on it by folks actually using it rather than the traditional classic one. We are now done. So here we have a brief picture of the results. We were searching for the lowest cost pharmacy under a current plan. My plan is that Medicare Rx Select. I picked a comparison pharmacy, that Kroger Pharmacy again, just to see how things stack up. Under that current plan and pharmacy, my cost for those drugs till the end of the year would be cost of drugs plus premium $194.13. We saw this in the first video. The lowest cost for purchasing all the drugs at a single local pharmacy turns out would be slightly less, $193.41, using CVS. So in this case, CVS is the lowest cost option, but the Kroger Pharmacy is a very close second, only a 72-cent difference. Lowest cost now for purchasing all drugs under my mail order pharmacy with my plan, $211.86. We're not looking across other plans, so there's no meaningful savings reasonably possible. So we have that. I'll go ahead and log out of the Medicare site, and I'm going to bring up the spreadsheet file that this generated. Pharmacy under a plan. Let's see which one of these is the one I want. This one. And here you have the fully sorted results for this search, and as you can see, the lowest cost pharmacy for those drugs under my plan would be $193.41. The pharmacy I said I was currently using is a little bit more than that, Alternatively, the Publix pharmacy near me would work nearly equally well. Anything beyond that, though, Walmart, local pharmacies, AdDrug, Athens, Hawthorne, or even Walgreens for that matter, because of the structure of the particular Part D plan in which I am enrolled, would cost at least double what I'm currently paying at the Kroger pharmacy, or could, if I were minimizing my cost, pay at CVS. If I were giving somebody advice about what they might do based on this information, were they actually taking this array of drugs and were enrolled in my Medicare RX Select plan, I would say CVS, Kroger, and Publix are offering under this plan those drugs at basically identical cost. If on the other hand I were talking to somebody who had been making use of, say, Walgreens, I would say that's definitely a horrible idea, because clearly Walgreens isn't part of the network that this particular plan uses. On the other hand, I could have been even moderately sensibly using, say, Hawthorne Drugs or Athens Pharmacy or AdDrug, and I could save in the last 3 months of this year something on the order of more than 50% simply by changing my pharmacy to CVS, Kroger, or Publix. And those would be the sort of things that I would probably talk around when I was counseling someone. So that's about everything I think we need to look at for this. I'm going to back out of here, shut things down, and shut down this video.